Healthcare is hard, really hard. If I knew how hard healthcare is, I don't know that I would have started this company. That is something that has been a pretty universal learning for me over the 13 years now that I've been doing this, is that just continually, time and time again, understanding that the complexities of the healthcare system are so vast. It means there's a lot of opportunity. And it also means that there's just a lot of embedded challenges. And I wish I would have had a better understanding of that up front, because I think I would have done more research and thought more about exactly where the solution fit in the early days. And I think it would have helped us find success quicker. One of the challenges that I think I most directly had in the early days was finding the people who really ultimately felt the problem and also had a budget to solve the problem. There are a lot of times when we're talking with folks in healthcare that have a problem, but are not, unfortunately, empowered to actually solve it. So we've solved a lot of problems over the years for folks that don't actually carry a budget or influence to uniquely solve their problems. So sometimes what you have to do in healthcare is actually solve the problem for the budget holder, and that also solves the problem for the stakeholder you're trying to serve. And those can sometimes be two very different problems that you're addressing. Running a digital health company has a lot of pressure. And so number one, I have learned to take care of myself a lot more than I have in the past. So, and I would say actually the pandemic was really helpful in that. It caused me to slow down a little bit more in my personal life, and spend a lot more time with my family. I'm actually much closer with them today than I was before, because I was always on the road, and now I have intentionally not been as much, and I try to spend a lot more time at home and hitting especially the key dates with the family. The other thing that I've really learned is to lean on my team. Surround myself with really great, strong players, and trust them and empower them to do their best work. That's been something that's been not only core to helping me manage the pressure of running the company, but also just core to the culture of the business. So, we have a company culture now where, we encourage our teammates to try their hardest, run on their own, make mistakes, learn from them, and keep improving. And because of that, I think we've developed a really resilient company and culture, but it's also taken some of the pressure off me because I don't feel like I have to do it all myself. So when you're first founding a company, I'm making an assumption that you really clearly understand the problem, because that is table stakes. And assuming that you really understand the problem, the next thing is to really understand how that problem fits in with your target buyer. So making sure to take the time to ask them for feedback and learn to iterate. One of the things that I often see entrepreneurs get into a challenge with is they're so in love with their solution that when they take it out to folks and start to get feedback, the feedback is not what they want to hear. And so instead, the entrepreneur says, well, they just don't get it. And in that equation, like, somebody's not getting it, but it's not the target customer. It's the entrepreneur, right? Our job as entrepreneurs, when you're founding a company, is to have a kernel of an idea and bring it out, but also iterate and evolve that idea based on the feedback that you're getting. And if people aren't hearing what you're saying, it's either something with your product or something with your message. And it's your job to continue to iterate that until you've hit on something that is really directly in line with what the customer wants. And they're saying, oh my gosh, yes, that is the thing I need.